Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobot187. This is my review for today, and today's review, ladies and dudes, well my friends, it's that time again for another top 3 list that nobody has never done before. And this top 3 list is going to be the most different one of all. So for today's list is the top 3 most greatest ideas for what Taken 3 is going to be about. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I just can't stop thinking about something that I really want for all of my life, and that is I really want to see Taken 3. And it has to be the last and final epic chapter of the Taken saga. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I think I got some good ideas for the plot of the story. You know, for what the story's going to be about, and I worked so hard to think of some good parts that will fit well to the movie. And I think you guys will like it or not. I don't care, but I'm going to do the best I can for it. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here are my top 3 most greatest ideas for what Taken 3 is going to be about. So let's get started on the list. And number 3 is, I think, here's a good idea for the most epic climactical feel to the film. And I think this might be a pretty cool idea if Bryan Mills is going to get involved in this very dark, edgy war between some of the members of the CIA agent crew versus some of these evil men who are working in the sex trade business. So for number 3 is, there is going to be an epic war coming between the last survivors of the British CIA agent members versus these evil men who are working in the sex trade business. Is Bryan Mills ready for it? And the reason why I decided to choose this type of moment for Taken 3 is, if you remember Taken 1, we only know a little bit about the sex trade business. You know, that surround took place in Paris, France. And to tell you the truth is, I would like to get to know more about these evil people who are working in the sex trade business. If there's some other areas out there in Europe who are doing such an evil crime that these evil people had truly committed for all those years. And to tell you the truth is, maybe we should get to know some brand new characters that we had never seen before, and that is the British CIA agent crew. And the British CIA agent crew are the ones who are responsible, who knows about the secrets of these evil people who are doing some sex trade business around Europe. And they're going to do the best they can to hunt them down and take them down to the count. But sadly, in their background story is, they had lost so many members of their crew. Some of them got murdered, some of them got assassinated, or some of them sacrificed their lives to stop these evil men on their tracks. And another cool thing is, I would like to know about the British CIA agent members, where their hideout is. And I think I found a perfect hideout for all of them, is they're working at some type of hotel. Maybe a big giant hotel that I don't know of that's taking place in London, England. And sadly, those evil sex trade people are gonna find the hideout and start killing them all. But not until Bryan Mills will show up and start to join forces with them while there's going to be a big giant war going on. So, yeah, to tell you the truth is, I would love to see an epic war between the CIA agent members versus the evil men who are doing the sex trade business. And also, Bryan Mills is going to get involved in it. So he'll do the best he can to take all those evil men down for the count. And that's why I decided to put that moment at number 3. Okay, for number 2 is the most important thing I really want to see in Taken 3. And this is going to be the most important one of all. And let's see, okay, for number 2 is, the story's going to be about the true power of friendship between Brian Mills and his old friend named Benjamin Williams, aka Ben. And that's the character I want Alan Rickman to play. And since I would like to see another movie between Liam Neeson and Alan Rickman, I think Taken 3 will be the one that'll take the cake. So I really want this story to be about when Brian Mills is going to reunite with his old friend that he hadn't seen back in his CIA agent days. And Benjamin Williams is one of the most important friends that he ever cared about for the last 25 or 26 years ago. And Benjamin Williams and Brian Mills had a really nice, good friendship. They knew each other so darn well. And they know about their storylines, they know about their personalities and attitudes, and most of all, these two men will become the most strongest members of the whole entire crew of the CIA agents. Because these guys know how to use particular set of skills where they're going to hunt down and try to fight some bad people and start killing them off as soon as they can and all that stuff. And I really want a part where the reason why the band decided to visit Brian Mills in California is because he decided to make up a plan where he could pick up some other members of the CIA agents and start making a reunion party where they can catch up on their other buddies that they hadn't seen for a very long time. But sadly, the most saddest part about, when Brian and Ben had so many good friends that they knew in their CIA agent days, all of them got assassinated and murdered from all the missions that they'd been in while they had retired from the last 9 or 10 years ago. So, yeah, Brian and Ben were really heartbroken, and they really didn't do miss their friends a lot, and they have no idea what to do. After all, they were the only 2 CIA agent members left of the group. And sadly, Benjamin has to decide to go back to London at once and tell everyone that danger is coming to London, England. And this is the part that I really, really would like to see in Taken 3. What will happen if Benjamin Williams should be the one who will get taken next? And it's up to Brian Mills to go out there and rescue his old friend before, those evil bad guys are going to sentence poor Benjamin to death. If you know what I mean. So I think that'll be pretty cool. I would like to see a part where Alan Rickman is going to get taken. And also, I would like to see Alan Rickman becoming a hero of the story. And this is something that we hadn't seen in all of his films that he worked on for many, many years. Is we never seen him as the main hero of the story. So I think that'll be pretty cool, and I would like to see he and Liam Neeson join forces while they face so many bad guys as soon as they can in a battlefield. So that would be freaking awesome. So I decided to choose the story between the power of friendship of Brian Mills and Benjamin Williams, and that deserves to be at number 2. And finally, for the number 1 most important reason that I want to see Taken 3 so badly, if they'll ever make a very interesting plot, is definitely the most important part of all. So anyway, for number 1 is the story is going to be about when Brian Mills is hanging on to his last and final mission of his life, as he reaches his true goal of what he needs to fight for when he is hanging on to his last and final fight of his life. And that's the most important thing about this story, is Brian Mills is hanging on to his last and final mission. And his last and final mission is going to be he has to avenge all the people who had died from all the missions that they've been in Europe, both the American CIA agents and the British CIA agents, and, you know, to start killing all the bad guys off as soon as he can and try to rescue his good friend before it's too late. And also, he needs to learn what his main goal is of what he needs to fight for. And this is the most important thing of all. There's only 3 things that Bryan Mills needs to fight for in his life. And that is family, friendship, and love. And to tell you the truth is, the reason why I decided to choose those 3 things for what Bryan Mills needs to fight for, one of the important reasons is his family. Bryan Mills wants to work so hard to protect Kim and Lenore whenever there's danger ahead, and he wants to find a way to restart his relationship with his family all over again, so he will never ever lose them for the rest of his life. The second reason is friendship. Bryan Mills and Benjamin Williams had the most biggest friendship of their lives, and Bryan Mills doesn't want to lose the most important friend that he ever cared about in his CIA agent days. And for the third reason that Bryan Mills needs to fight for is love. And to tell you the truth is, this is the most important thing for Taken 3 is the reason why that Bryan Mills needs to fight is to protect the people that he loves. He really does love Kim, Lenore, and Ben very much, and he doesn't want to lose any of them in the near future while his life can still continue on even to this day. And I think that'll be the most important thing for Taken 3 is try to get to know what your true goals are and try to protect the people that you love while there is very big bad danger ahead. So anyway, ladies and dudes, I think that's it for now. The most important reason why I want to see Taken 3 so badly for the #1 spot is when Bryan Mills is heading on to his last and final mission of his life so he can get to know what his true goal is of what he needs to fight for. And I think that's pretty it for now, and I hope you enjoyed this list. That is my top 3 most greatest ideas for what Taken 3 is all about. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this list, and I hope you enjoyed this list, and please join me next time for a brand new anime review, and I'm going to do that anime special, a Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Toriko, whatever the anime is called. I hope you will enjoy my next and brand new anime review since I haven't done an anime review for a while, since I did my Rumbling Hearts review. So, I hope you enjoy this list, and I will see you all later. Sayonara!